I'm addicted to the good life. Yes. Yeah. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say. I follow.
God, you are everything a girl could dream of. Baby, won't you hear me? Don't talk to me that
There we go. Refresh your browser and we should be back.
perfect for me, just the way you are. And I don't ever want to leave you. Baby, won't you hear me when I say, don't talk to me that way. 'Cause I think you're perfect for me, just the way you are. And I don't ever
There we go.
want to leave you. Baby, don't you talk to me that way.
So, why are we on Facebook at the same time? Glad you asked. Facebook is going to be a big part of the channel of the process going forward, because reality is, guys, the audience on YouTube is what it is. Love you guys, but we're gonna grow. And as we're talking about where are the good men, where are the good women, you know, that is a question that's been pushed out quite a bit. Where is everybody at? Well, we're gonna find them. We're gonna help people find each other. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's go. So we're back. We are back. We are back. We are back. Do me a favor, guys. Do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen. As we come in, you know how we do. Put your name, your age, your city, and your gender. Your age, city, and
Is there something?
age, city, and gender. I didn't say that. I didn't say your name, chick. I said city and gender. Justin, what's going on? Mr. Bowtie, what's up? Let's get it. Had to leave the folks up on Facebook hanging. I don't like having things half done and kind of just wishy-washy. So we're getting it in here. In Atlanta, man, I'm going to say I'm disappointed with the city. I'm disappointed with a lot of things I saw today. You know, George Floyd, that's beyond horrific, but that didn't have nothing to do with Hermes. It didn't have nothing to do with Dior. You got a lot of people down here just capitalizing off this man's murder. Capitalizing off this man's murder. Not cool. And when his peoples are asking, are there two shows going on at the same time? That show's down. And when his peoples is asking, to please stop, to please knock it off, I'm kind of like in line with his people. But here's what we're going to do today. Last night I had a show talking about, addressing a popular talking point. We're all the good men. We're all the good men. We're all, in particular, all the good black men. And I kind of broke it down that there are not only good black men, there are plentiful. The question is, not where are they? The question is, are you willing to go where they are, number one? And number two, do you know what to do when you find one? I make no bones about it, guys. In the last month, this channel has been like a go-to spot for a lot of relationship kind of conversation. And I've had several different matchmakers and people like that kind of reach out to me with different ideas. Like I said, I am not a dating coach. I am not a dating coach. I am not a dating coach. I'm an image consultant. I work with dating coaches and matchmakers and personal trainers and those kind of folks. But I got to tell you, man, back when I was in college, when I was on the yard, you know, Kappa Alpha Psi had been suspended when I got to the yard. And I actually helped revitalize our chapter. Why? Because in addition to being on the yard academically, I was very good at stepping. I threw good parties. I took over being the party coordinator for the frat. So when it was time for us to have our parties, I was in charge of it. When it's time for us to have our mixers, our Greek mixers, I was in charge of it. When it was time to bring the Kappa sweethearts and stuff back to the yard, I was in charge of it. And how many of you guys went to college? If you went to college, one of the cool things about being in any fraternity is they had what was called auxiliaries. Kappas had sweethearts or diamonds. And, to pledge a fraternity, you had to, raise your hand, go through the smoker process, go through the pledge process. And if you made it, become initiated to a fraternity. Well, there were always going to be women. Women are always going to be around guys who are doing stuff. And when women used to want to be members of the Kappa Alpha Psi auxiliary, the sweethearts or the diamonds, so they want to help us, just like you see a lot of women who like to help men over in the manosphere. Okay. Auxiliaries have never been an official part of any organization, but Alphas had angels. The Qs had, what were the Qs? Were they the pearls? Forgive me if I missed that, brothers. Were they the pearls? The Sigmas were the only ones that didn't really have, the Sigmas had doves. But Sigma and Zeta Phi Beta are brother and sister organizations. Hell, AKAs even had Miyakas, men interested in AKA. And Deltas had Middies, men interested in Delta Sigma Theta. So these have always been around. And the trick is, for me, when I took over the diamonds, I made sure this happened. Look, whenever another brother comes onto the yard, he gets the red carpet treatment. When brothers come in town, if they want to dance, you dance. You come in here to be a perfect host and guest to the members of the fraternity. You're basically, and when you're on the yard, you are meant to uphold the highest standards of being a lady, because you represent us. Now, there was some times where women would become sweethearts, and if they wanted to pledge a sorority, go do that thing. But you could not be a Kappa sweetheart and be a girlfriend of an Alpha or a Sigma or a Q. And the funny thing is, during my time on the yard, we had some of the most attractive, feminine, beautiful, inspirational women anywhere. People will come from far and wide to come to the Kappa parties because they knew it was going to be a stone cold jam, beautiful women, and just how we do it. So bottom line is this. Along those same lines, guys, YouTube is a great place for videos, but Facebook is where it's at for conversations, groups, and everything else like that. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it's meant. That's what it's built for. And why try to reinvent the wheel? If that's what the thing is built for, that's how we're going to use it. I'm announcing something called the mix. Time to get up in the mix. What is the mix? Glad you asked. The mix is a private Facebook group and a fan page. There's a fan page and then there's a private group. And it's basically where CIA men and FBI women go to do professional and personal networking. It's going to be run by me, moderators, and yes, I'm going to run it just like I run this channel. You can't go in there, just understand something. You got to be a CIA man to be in here. You will be vetted by me. You have to be CIA man to be in here. Whether you're Blue Henry or Blake Henry or Hit Squad, you got to be in it. So, because here's the thing. I'm not going to have a group full of dusty dudes. I'm not going to have a group full of, and you have to be an FBI woman to be a part of it. I'm not going to have a bunch of ratchets and anything else like that. Nope. I don't need 50, 11 million people. All we need is the best of the best of the best. People who are wanting to get that. People, men who want to network with men, women who want to network with women, and men and women who want to network with one another. That's right. Time to get up in the mix. How do you guys like that? It's a good idea, right? It's a good idea. Oh, you like the glasses? Check out the glasses. Shout out to my Q-Dog brothers, and my Omega brothers in the house. All the Qs should love those, man. Purple lenses with the gold. Ooh. I'm going to take these off. That's a good idea, all right, Honey Lemon? Here's the thing. And here's the thing. Where all the good women at? In the mix. That's where they at. They're coming over here. So in order to be a member, in order to get in, you just have to answer some basic questions. Age, current marital status, and what kind of relationship are you interested in? That's it. It will be moderated for language. It will damn sure be moderated for kind of post. Come in there and try to post up some crazy pictures if you want to. I'm not gonna have anybody dragging this stuff down. And however it grows, it grows. If it grows to be 200 people, as long as they 200 CIA men and FBI women, I'm good. If it grows to be 200, 200,000, 2 million, cool. But tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Now, I'm not asking for W-2s. I don't need to know all that. But I am going to ask for background information on men, because here's the thing. You're not going to come up in the group fronting. I don't have time for it. Don't nobody have time. It's a grown damn people over here. Grown damn people. So W-2s, no. But I am going to ask for your LinkedIn profile too. See, the beautiful thing about Facebook is you get a person. You see their real name. And you don't get to hide. So if you are who you say you are, cool. I want CIA men to be able to network and collaborate with one another. Cool. What is meant by CIA? Somebody want to tell him what? Sir, are you an ex-pimp? Ask your mama. Ask your mama. Yeah. Dumb mother sucker. Wow. Do you see why the group has to be limited? That after all of that speaking, you would ask a man if he's a pimp. How many pimps do you know that went to college, you stupid? See, this is why you got to separate yourself from these people, guys. This is why you got to separate yourself. Wait till the broadcast I do on Monday. I am going to lay you mush mouth, ignorant talking. What's up, cuz? What up, bro? What up, cool, cuz? Hey, but maybe you ba dooba weeba hobba wobba wobba wobba. And you wonder why no one in the world treats you like you have any sense. But you sound like a Fat Albert character. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen over here around, not around these guys. Bruh, know what I'm saying? Know what I'm talking about? Now I'm talking about all that southern, thick tongue, fill in the blank conversation. I expect to be talking to grown men. Men who could stand up in front of a group of people and express themselves. And if that ain't what it is, you need to go get a book, get your hooked on phonics, get your reading up, because I have no more time for little boys. We have made it far too easy to accept less than. Nope. Far too easy to accept less than. I was on the Obsidian show earlier today. I was like, you should look at how they market to black women and how black men are marketed to and be offended. But instead of trying to fight that reign, I don't want that. present a different picture and let the market sort itself out. Hey man, if you feel like, you know what, I'm gonna talk like this because this is how I gotta keep it real, and you know what I'm saying, you know, whatever. And that's why you feel okay, cool. That's what you feel like you have to do. Go over there. Let the market sort itself out. But I believe, and I've seen that there are more folks that really want to do things in a grown, sexy kind of way, other than this ratchet, thug way of thinking about stuff. Nope. And I'm not looking for education. And then that's all, you know. One of the things that was compelling about Malcolm X, that even back in his Detroit Red days, that Malcolm X liberated his mind and he was a self-educated man. So I don't buy the fact that because you got some dirt on you or because you grew up in a certain area of a country or a certain kind of background that you cannot be well-read, well-spoken. Keep making fake profiles and you will keep continuing to get blocked. Mr. Bowtie, understand something. These are the males that drag down the image of men. So, at the end of the day, whatever your little boys and your daddy issues are, hey man, we all got issues. Go out there and take care of it. Because here's what it can't be. Here's what it cannot be. Or here's what it's been far too long. This extremes over here and extremes over there controlling the conversation, while the people in the middle are being held hostage by extreme people. Nope, not going to do it. The people in the middle cannot be held hostage by extreme people. So understand something. This is not a channel for extremist MGTOWs, extreme swirlers, none of that stuff. Nope. This is a channel for people who really, at the end of the day, like people. They want to build a network of people. I just need a positive role model, Mr. Kevin. Can you mentor me? Not for free. I don't do anything for free, young man. If you need a mentor, you're more than welcome to join my Patreon at the assistant director level. You have 2 Patreon calls with me a month. Yeah, that guy's, understand this. 80% of men, see, if you got to go down to the fact of looking at a woman and say she can be 300 pounds and you'll look at her face, they don't present that to anybody else other than you guys. Show me a 300-pound Shanghainese woman. Show me a 300-pound Italian woman. Show me a 300-pound Iranian woman. Show me a 300-pound anything that they shove down these other men's throats. That's the thing. And here's the thing. I said it on Obsidian's channel. If you follow these people on Instagram or Facebook, if you watch anything they put out, you're purchasing it with your free like. You're purchasing it. There's no way in the world women like that should have 300,000+ followers. But if you look at the people that follow her, it's minimum wage dick. The dudes that follow these women are minimum wage penises. And if you're a minimum wage dude, you take what you can get. She got a cute face though. Yep, broke man talk. Many dudes smash nose land wells. Yeah, minimum wage earners. Right. So that's it. When you sorry, there's no way. So instead of having the same conversations, what we're looking to do is move the needle forward. And here's the thing. They're going to be, as you, like any of you guys know, like any of you ladies know, as you start to progress, you're going to start leaving people behind. And you're going to need to be, and here's the problem. DT, E-Man, Raven, understand something. Here's the problem. Usually when we leave people behind, there's a hole in your life. Mr. Chris, if you need me to do anything, it's going to cost money. I do nothing for free. Nothing. No. And if you honestly need a mentor or something like that, do it the right way. Go to my website or go to my Patreon and purchase the service and what you need. I don't need the sob story. Understand something. When we talk about separating from people, the fear for people separating from people and going on and being the best version of themselves is they're afraid that they're going to be alone in the journey, that they don't have anybody to talk to. Well, in the mix, you're going to have other like-minded people to talk to. You're going to have other like-minded people to talk to. So how do you get up in the mix? How do you get in the mix? Well, all you have to do is request membership. Here you go. Now the group is starting to form, guys. So give me a second. The group is called The Mix. And it's going to be mix, match, repeat. And then the fan page is the mix. Got it? So here's the group. It's a closed group. It's a private group. It's a private group. There is the group. And here's the fan page. The fan page will have stuff that's for the public. But the private page is for members only. For members only. That's really what it gets down to. All right. So now we got that out of the way. All right. So guys, so basically without even knowing I was going to do this, basically we said this. Where all the good women at? Where all the good men at? Where all the CIA men? Where all the CIA women? Do they even exist? We know they exist. Here they are. Now we're going to put them all in kind of one place digitally where you can, in one place digitally where you can say this person has at least answered some basic questions. Some basic questions. And I will have the basic information. Because if you come in here lying, talk about I'm 34 years old, single, and I'm looking to be married. Oh, yeah. And it gets found, and you found out you trying to be up in everybody's inbox, hollering at them, and it turned out you really are married, man, please, you don't want those problems. Don't come in here lying. I don't care what you are, just don't come in here lying. So, all right, how many people, and do me a favor on Facebook, in the mix, forward it out to your like-minded friends. That's the beautiful thing about Facebook and Instagram that you can't really do on YouTube as well. You can forward it out to like-minded people. So are you guys okay with that idea? What do you guys think about that? Is that a good thing? Now, this is for networking. Personal networking, professional networking. All I'm saying is they're going to be confident, intelligent, assertive, minded men there. All I'm saying is they're going to be feminine, beautiful, inspirational minded women there. Whatever you grown people decide to do for networking, whether you want professional, personal, if you want dating, meet up, go to the cigar shop. That's it. Grown people should be able to take care of themselves. The mix. The mix. Get up in the mix.
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right. No, it's not hard to tell you good night. Guess I'll find a better one. Yeah. Susceptible.
Lunes. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios todo lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. Yeah. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, de corazón. De corazón. Yeah. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Money work. Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunes. Lunático.
We're back. And we got 2 people in right now and more people coming on in. You don't have to get on camera if you don't want to. I mean, on YouTube on camera. But let me see. Godiva, go ahead. How are you? Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello, hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. What do you have for me? What value do you bring to successful men or high value men?
So, first, I would like to say I love your show. I've just recently started watching.
Okay.
I'm
Appreciate
loving. No problem, no problem. So, I would say that it's not a one size fits all. I definitely like to gauge the person I'm dealing with to see what it is they need in their life.
Okay. How old are you?
I am 29.
All right. Well, let me say one thing that I understand. You like to gauge the person, but there's a presumption there. What is a presumption?
Oh, is this not a rhetorical?
No. What is the presumption? No. You say I like to gauge the person to see what they need, right?
Yes.
The presumption is they are choosing you and letting you give that kind of time.
Okay, I hear you.
You understand what I mean?
Yes, I absolutely do.
So how can you? So let's say you see Keith or you see Marcus. How can you gauge what Keith or Marcus needs if he doesn't step to you?
This is very true. This is very true. Okay. All right. Well, one thing that I know that I do bring is the way that I interact with people, the way I make a man feel. So I like to speak life into people. That has always been something for me in my life. Positive affirmations, just being somebody's peace, just understanding that. So,
Okay. Well, that's great. Have you ever dated a high value man?
I have.
Okay. Um,
I'm also calling from Toronto, so
Okay.
it's not okay. Yeah.
well, one thing I hear often from women is after they pick me, then I do these things.
Uh-huh.
But how does he know to pick you in order for you to speak life into him? How you separate yourself from the pack?
Well,
You see,
I
that's-
don't.
Go ahead.
No, no. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You see, that's the question, because you ladies, most women come at this thing as though it's a foregone conclusion that they're just the best option and guys are going to pick them.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I definitely understand where you're coming from.
But that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan. So, do you want to get married, Godiva?
I do.
Okay. Any children? You want any children?
I do.
How many?
Honestly, I've thought about maybe 2 or 3.
Okay.
Depends on what we're looking at, how we want to live our lives, maybe. Yeah.
And do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant?
Significant, no, but I'm not gonna lie, I've always thought that I would want to step out the house and just to do something that I'm not just twiddling my thumbs at home.
Yeah, but is your money going to make a market difference?
No, I really hope not.
All right. So in honesty, at 29 years old,
Uh-huh.
how are you going to go about finding a man who makes the kind of money you're talking about and becoming his wife?
Uh-huh. So, like I said, I have been watching your videos. I have just started seeing a therapist.
Okay.
I have made sure that I've kept in good contact with my dad. So my parents divorced a while ago, but I get my dad's advice about the guys I date.
Okay.
I try my best to get advice from men. I know that a lot of the time we get a lot of really ill-fated advice from like other women. So that's what I've been trying to do. I make sure I work out.
How many times a week are you working out?
4 times a week.
Okay. How tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
Dress size?
I'm a size 6,
And how much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
154.
5'7", 154. Yeah. I'm gonna say that needs to come down.
Really?
Oh yes.
My BMI is right on track.
Who?
My BMI, body mass index, yeah.
Okay. I'm a professional image consultant, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. So, what is the average height for a man in North America or United States? It's the same in Canada.
No, of course. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie and say I know it. I don't know the average height.
Okay. Average height is around about 5'9.5", 5'10". How much does he weigh?
I would say about 200 pounds.
Absolutely wrong.
Oh, how much does he weigh?
168 pounds.
Really?
The average woman in North America 70 years ago was 5'4". She was 120 pounds. The average height of a man in North America back at those times was the same height. He was 165 pounds. There's a 45-pound difference between healthy men and healthy women. Okay? So move that to 2015. Man's weight has jumped up from 165 pounds to a whopping 168 pounds. He's gained a massive 3 pounds in 70 years. ridiculous, a massive 3 whole pounds. But women have gone from 120 pounds to 160 pounds. Women have jumped up in weight. That's across the board. You change it for African American women, it jumps up to almost 190. So at 5'7", at 54 pounds.
Uh-huh.
All right. You weigh about as much as a man would at your height, healthily. Let's see, and that's going to be an issue, because men look at women as potential.
Yes.
When you get married, let's say you were to get married and get pregnant and have a child, how many pounds do you think you would gain in your pregnancy?
A healthy weight is about 20.
But healthy. But how typical is healthy?
Very true. But yeah, no, you're right.
So it's 30 to 50.
Oh.
30 to 50 for the first child.
Oh, okay.
30 to 50 for the first child. And does all that weight tend to come off? Not likely. It's late in your 20s. But it certainly doesn't come off child after child after child. 3 children, you're looking at putting on about 30 to 40 pounds after that third kid. So what would the end result of a husband could expect from a woman who's your rough weight? That's almost 200 pounds.
Uh-huh.
But see, if you were down at a healthy weight,
it gives me a little bit more wiggle room, literally.
Right. So I don't understand why so many of you ladies today just simply have allowed the concept of women's body weight and things to just get so out of whack, and it actually hampers. Well, I'd put it that way. Jordan, unmute yourself.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Hi.
So, what do you think on the topic?
In regards to like what I bring to the table.
Yes, you can stay on.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, just a little context. I'm 21 and I currently attend Emory, in Atlanta. So I think what I bring to the table personally is I'm very well connected. I have a very magnetic energy, able to network well, very adaptable, strong emotional intelligence, very graceful and very put together. And I definitely think my environment has contributed to that. So for me, that's what I bring. Okay.
You said you're 21?
Yes. No, 20. Sorry. I'm turning 21 in December though.
Okay. Yeah, you're young for this. So, are you wanting to be married and have children and all that stuff?
I do.
Do you want to work after you're pregnant?
No, I don't think so. Not after I'm pregnant. I want to homeschool. So that's kind of my aspiration. Yeah.
All right. So here in Atlanta, were your mother and father married?
They were for 13 years.
So, are you actively dating anyone?
I'm not.
All right. So the network you're talking about and things like that, I don't know what you're referring to, but at 20 years old, have you not wanting to work? That's a certain caliber of man. Do you date older men?
I have.
Okay. You have, and how old is the oldest man you've dated?
Let's see, 24, 25.
Ain't old, baby girl.
Well, old for me at the time.
See, I mean, do you know how much money would a man have to make to be able to support a wife like you in Atlanta with 3 children and you not working?
Well, see, the thing is I do want to work. But after after I have kids, then no, I don't want to work ideally.
So it's still not working. Understand how the math works. Even if you want to work for a year or two, once the kids start, you want to stop. So it means not working.
Right.
So just go ahead and say, I don't want to work. And that's the way the math works.
I don't want to.
Huh?
I don't want to.
You don't want to work?
No, not. Well, I do, but at the same time, I really want to homeschool. So.
All right. So what I'm saying is, you ladies need to stop being multi-minded. You need to just stand on what it is. I don't want to work. All right. Then, how many kids? 3? 2?
Yes, 3.
All right. So, what area of Atlanta? If you lived in Atlanta, what area of Atlanta would you like to live in?
Let me see. I
You're 5'7" and 145 pounds is the average size of a boxer. So just understand, boxers are around 145 pounds, 140, 145 pounds. So go ahead. I mean, you don't want to live in Bankhead, do you?
Oh, absolutely
East
not.
Point. So let's get to it.
I would like to stay somewhere between Buckhead and
Right.
the Emory area.
Right. So, right. And how much would a man need? What do you think a man would need to make to afford to live in Buckhead? Have a wife. Hold on. Have a wife that stays home and can homeschool 3 children.
Yeah.
How much money
let's
does he
see.
need to make annually?
I'm gonna just say like 400.
How many 24-year-old men do you make $400,000 legally?
I know maybe like 1, but definitely not very many.
Legally?
Yes.
What does he do for a living?
He works at like a venture capital firm, but he's like the program director. So
At 24.
yes. Sorry, 26, but in that area.
Yeah. Okay. So, you see the first thing? You said you were dating an older, but the kind of money you're talking about, how old do you think a man needs to be to make $400,000 a year? Average age?
Oh, I'm gonna say like 50.
It is in his 40s.
Oh, 48.
In his
47.
late 30s, 40s, or 50s. So,
Okay.
okay. So, are you looking to marry a man who's 40?
Honestly, I wouldn't mind.
See, this is that settling talk. See, you wouldn't mind because he has the money. It wouldn't be your
No, I don't think that's it. I genuinely, I feel like since I was a little bit younger, I've always kind of talked to older men, so it wouldn't be like out of the ordinary for that to also happen.
Right, but so do older men approach you?
Yes.
But you've never dated one.
No.
So listen to what you're saying. I want that lifestyle that a man would have to be at least in his 40s to afford. And then he's going to have to make himself in the top 5% of earners in the country.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to make $400,000 a year, you're in the top 5%, almost the top 1%. You're talking about,
Right.
I know men that make that kind of money. I don't even want to get into my past. But anywho, and yet you've never dated one.
No.
So, what do you bring to a man of that age and that level of income, that level of maturity, gravitas? What do you bring to him?
Well, the things I mentioned before, but
Okay, but
I
I'm
think
gonna just
for
say,
that
I'm gonna just
age,
be honest though.
I don't have.
I need to let me just ask it. I mean, somebody my age, what do I need with your network at 20 years old? You need my network. I don't need your network.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
And that is the questions I'm trying to get you ladies to start asking.
Right.
See, ma'am, you're asking for an extremely small fraction of men. And why do you need that?
Mm-hmm.
Cause you want to homeschool?
I mean, the thing is, I genuinely don't feel like I need that, but
Well, yeah,
I
you,
think putting into
no, ma'am, no,
context.
no, ma'am. You do need it if you want to
Hmm.
live in Buckhead.
Hmm.
See, what it is you're saying is you didn't say I would be all right living in, you know, in the lower income part of town. You want a upper middle class or lower upper class lifestyle. I mean, you expect to own a car, right?
Hmm.
What kind of car would you expect to drive you and your children in?
Um, Maybe like a Porsche truck.
I mean, you're laughing, but here's the thing. I need you ladies to start asking yourself, what do I bring to a man who's making $400,000 a year, can afford to put me in a house in the neighborhood that I'm in right now, driving
Hmm.
a Porsche truck? What do you bring? Because that's what you want. And I'm cool with that's what you want. And I'm not
Hmm.
judging it. What I'm asking you is what value do you bring to him?
Right.
And what these first two calls have kind of shown is you ladies don't really do that a good job at understanding what a man at the level you want wants.
Hmm.
So how do you expect that to so Godiva, I'm gonna unmute you. How do you expect because Godiva, you were saying that I'm good at basically inspiring and giving and loving, but how do you guys expect to get chosen first?
Okay. Well, I expect to get chosen first because I'm teachable. I've always been teachable. I'm a very quick learner, and yeah.
Why didn't you say you dated a high value man before?
Mhm.
Why didn't he keep you?
To be honest, he had been divorced, and it kind of went topsy turvy when it came to talks of like marriage. One minute he was serious, the next minute wasn't, and so I had to walk away from that situation.
Oh, you left him after how long?
It was about a year and a half
But you knew he was divorced within the first month of dating.
on the first date.
So they can't be. So you left him because he.
No, so what I'm saying is basically on our first date, he let me know like he had been married previously, and I thought it was very honest because a lot of people shy away from telling you those kind of things. So,
No, no, they don't.
oh, really?
No, they don't.
Oh,
My group is. I got 600 people in the group, and every man in there wants to be married.
no, no, no. I'm saying that he had been married,
I
but
get it. But we
he
don't.
was
And
saying,
then I have men. Basically, men who want to marry aren't shy about talking about marriage or divorce or anything.
okay,
What you're
well,
kind of
yeah,
showing is that you don't really. You have some preconceived notions about because you said men are this way, men are that way, and basically
oh, no,
sounds to
no,
me
no.
is hold on, listen. Just
Mhm.
because um, men who want to marry know they want to marry and they go into it. Did he say he wanted to get married, or did he say he was open to marriage?
He said he wants to be married again.
All right, he wanted to be married again, and were you guys dating one another exclusively?
In the beginning, no, but within the second or third month, it became exclusive.
All right, and he wanted to get married. Did he say he wanted to marry you?
Nope. That's what I'm saying. I just kind of realized, for him at least, I can't speak for every man. I just started to realize it wasn't as serious as I thought it was. And I kind of felt like the rebound, like he had just gotten divorced.
All right, ma'am. Let me stop you because again, this is on you. Because if the man said he wanted to be married and you guys weren't dating exclusively for the first 2 or 3 months, why did you date a man exclusively 2 or 3 months later who did not want to marry you? who said he wanted to be married.
Mhm. Well, I can honestly say that I made a mistake with that relationship. I
Well,
wasted a
that's
lot.
fine. But what I'm trying to get you to also understand is I don't think you really get. He may have been a higher earner, but that doesn't necessarily put him into the category of the guys I'm talking about. And at the end of the day, I'm not really hearing that you're teachable in these things, but that's still. I mean, are you openly out there trying to compete and get a husband?
Yes, pre-COVID, I would make sure that I go out and everything like that, get dressed up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is why, but you're gonna have to do more.
Yes, I've
You're
been
gonna have to do.
looking.
You're gonna have to do much more because you're. I got a 20-year-old woman on, and she's that's her picture. She's very attractive.
Mhm.
That's your
No.
competition. Y'all still talk about the same caliber of man,
Mhm.
and I don't really sense the sense of urgency with a lot of women, black women in particular, about finding this elite level husband that you all seem to want. And honestly, you don't even seem to know him. He's just a wallet and a fantasy, but I'm willing to talk about it.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Well, what's your first name?
Sheffrin.
Sheffrin?
Yes, sir, Sheffrin.
Okay. What do you got for me?
I'm 23. I currently have a photography business and a shoe business, and I was just wondering, from your experience, I know I've been watching you for the past month. I just wanted to like get this some information based on when you moved to Atlanta. How do you insert yourself inside of those rooms with very high value people?
Well, I'm 51 years old and I have a wealth of experience.
Yes, sir.
That's how. I mean, I have something to offer. I mean, you have two businesses at 23. Where do you live?
Maryland.
Huh?
Maryland.
With whom?
With two other people in an apartment.
Okay. Are they your relatives or are they other guys?
Guys.
All right. So why do you have two businesses at 23?
Just coming out of college.
Did you finish college?
Yes, I have my associates, but I'm going back to get my bachelor's.
Okay. What are you going to go get your finish school in?
Mass communications.
To do what?
To either do marketing or to help my business grow.
No. Stop. No.
Yes, sir.
No. Mass communication is a waste of degree. Let me say this. When black people get scared, they go to school. And that's a woman thing to do. That is one thing that black men have gotten. Sisters, I've said this before. When black women get scared, they go to school. And we think by slapping degrees on the wall is going to make something. Young bro, you got an associates in what?
Mass communication.
Which is useless. It's absolutely useless. So to go into further debt, that's just wallpaper. It's not going to help you be an entrepreneur.
Yes, sir.
Photography. Which business is bringing in the majority of your revenue?
The shoe business.
And the shoe business, what do you do?
Necessarily just sell shoes to like my customers.
Are you actually selling? What kind of shoe business? That's vague. See, when
Yes,
I'm explaining.
sneakers,
Hold
I'm
on,
sorry.
let me explain something. Remember, I said high value men. The business has to be visible. See, I'm still trying to understand what you do. Do you buy shoes and flip them?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, I do.
that's not the shoe business. When I'm thinking of the shoe business, you actually are in manufacturing a shoe. You resell, flipping sneakers, and then
Yes, sir.
have you made any money in photography?
Currently not.
That's
at
the
this
yes or
moment.
no.
No, sir.
Then you don't have a photography business. So you're 23 years old and you're flipping sneakers.
Yes, sir.
That doesn't sound real sexy, does it?
It doesn't.
Because it's not. And you're going to go back to school to go into debt looking for confidence when you actually need to focus.
Yes, sir.
Where are you working to where you can collect some money every hour?
I'm currently a parent educator at an elementary school,
And is that contract or are you full time?
full time.
How much are you making there?
I'm making $15 an hour,
40 hours a
15
week.
to 40.
So $600 a week. $15 an hour, $30,000 a year. How much are you making in your sneaker business? Sneaker flipping.
I profited almost, I think last year was 10 grand.
You profited 10,000.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I just started last year.
All right. So, and photography is just something that sounds cool. Because photography is hard. I got 6 cameras in here, and I can call myself a photographer. I probably got more gear than you. There's 1 camera, 2
Yes, sir.
cameras, a light storm over there, microphones, but I'm an image consultant. What is it you want to do with your life?
I just want to, be able to reach more people. I've been in rooms with, high value men. I just want to be more, I want to be able to connect more with people and
To what
be
end?
able to, in finances and especially, just in my life in general.
So, okay, let me say it again. You want to connect with more people to what
Yeah.
end?
Well, high value,
I know.
more,
High
I want
value-
to connect more with
Young man, high value is a buzzword.
Yes, sir.
To what end? You want to just make money? Or you want to connect
Yes,
people?
sir.
Okay. Young man, there is no free money. And too many of you guys just you want free money. What you're on is a path to look up and be 30 and have a lot of debt.
Yes, sir.
Why didn't you go to college right out of high school and just finish your degree?
I did. After high school, I went to a community college in Mississippi. That's where I'm from.
Okay.
And then after that, I moved
said
up to
finish your, okay, what was the question I asked you?
Oh, why did I go to college right after high school?
And finish it.
Finish.
Where's dad at?
He's in Maryland.
Did you grow up with him?
No, he was
So
elsewhere.
one of the problems that so many of us raised without a father: focus, consistency, structure, discipline. We don't finish things when we're raised under mommy. That's why you got a shoe business and a photography business and going to college and an educator. See, when women call into my show and doing all this kind of stuff, guys in the chat rooms, eyes roll back. Because women can do that. Men can't. You've not finished anything. My suggestion, you need to strongly consider the military. Why? Because college is going to be more debt for a skill that's not going to do you. Mass communications is worthless. You'll have the same level of skills, more debt, and you'll be qualified to do clerical work. Flipping sneakers online only works in an economy that's up. We're about to go into a massive recession. You know how many foreclosures and things are about to happen? You realize we have a pandemic going on, right? People
Yes,
are
of course.
on half the, you know what the percentage of the country is unemployed? People aren't going to be buying sneakers. People can't go trying to buy milk. They're not going to be hiring photographers either. You got an apartment with a lease, right?
Yes, sir.
Is your name on the lease?
Yes, sir.
If you default on your portion, can your roommates cover you?
Yes, sir.
For how long?
Just for, I guess, like 1 or 2 months, probably most.
All right. You don't want to put yourself in that position. This is why I tell you, young men, you need to be working 60 hours a week minimum that you're getting paid for. If you got $15 an hour at the school or whatever, I need you to go to the local Quick Trip and go get another part-time job. I don't need you to be at home other than shower, shit, and sleep. And you really need to be focused on what do I want to do with the rest of my life, because college degree is not the answer. You're not going into science, engineering, technology, and math. It's worthless. So I recommend a lot of young men who are in your position. You need man training. You need structure, consistency, focus, and discipline. And that is what the armed services is very good at. Helping take boys and make them men when they didn't have they have dad in the household. You get 3 hots in a cot training. You get to actually learn how to get some practical skills. You get to actually go over there and get into some semblance of shape. You get to be around other men. You get to see what structure and discipline really looks like. Oh, and by the way, you get great medical benefits while you're there. You get paid while you're there. You get all other sorts of perks and benefits. And, where would I go? Go to the Navy. Get on a ship. Go see the world. Give Uncle Sam 5 years. Better than staying in Maryland doing what you're doing. When a pandemic hits, I'd rather be on an Army base than in an apartment complex.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's really what I can tell you, because you don't really have anything. That's why you talk about going back to school. And that's not going to get you anything. Now, what scares you about going to the military?
I was in ROTC at high school. I was like third highest rank, and
Of course, you didn't finish that.
yeah.
Of course.
I was gonna go to the military right after
But?
high school. I got scared.
Why?
I don't know, just the thought of
Yeah,
just
you
leaving.
actually may have to. You may actually have to man up. You may actually have to put your life on the line for something. You may actually have to get up in the morning at 4 o'clock and get yelled at by big men who can whoop your fucking ass. Welcome to manhood. That's exactly what you need. There's no way you can sit around. Do you have a girlfriend?
Yes.
Are you sexually active?
Yes, sir.
Great. And you can afford that baby. Or $15 an hour? I can hear you.
Yeah, what'd you say, sir?
Are you using condoms?
Yes.
Is she on birth control?
No, she's not.
So you can afford that baby.
No,
Okay.
I can't.
So why are you inserting your penis in her?
I mean, we're in a relationship, so
No, I don't. You can't afford a baby. And you're 23. You're 23. And this is what I'm saying. Condoms effectiveness. And how often do condoms break?
a lot.
Exactly. And you can't afford, a baby will mess your life up. And see, the reason so many young guys are so apt to get in relationships and even having protected sex, and you're risking too much, and a baby will screw your life up. How long have you been with this woman?
For 7 months.
How old is she?
19.
Ooh, boy. Ooh wee. And you're 23?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Military. And she needs to be on some sort of birth control herself. She needs to be on the patch, the pill, Mirena, some sort. Do you have Plan B?
Yes, sir.
You keep Plan B with you?
Do.
All right. I'm serious, man. You need to think about. Last question. Would you be with this woman that you have right now if you had $500 million in the bank?
Yes.
Okay. If this is a woman you would be with, even if you had disposable income, cool. You're still young. And you're looking for yourself. You don't find yourself in a young woman, even if she's, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but she's young and you're young. But you can't afford to care for yourself and you have no skills. Which is why when you said going back to get a degree in mass communications, I said, no, you need some skills to fall back on. Number one. Number two, when's the last time you actually had a physical hand-to-hand fight?
Um, Last year in
It
September.
was one-on-one?
Yes, sir.
All right. Have you ever had any kind of fight training, martial arts, anything like that?
Yes.
Good. Every man needs to be proficient in some sort of martial arts. Are you proficient with a handgun or any kind of handgun, rifle, anything? Can you shoot?
No, sir.
You need to go learn.
I never
you
shot a
need
gun.
to go learn these things, man.
Yes,
Women
sir.
will be around. 18 to 30, you guys should really be focusing on becoming a man. It's not what's being told. It's not real sexy. One of the best places to go, if you're not going to college for science, engineering, technology, math, or some sort of professional degree, as a man, college should not be what you do. You either go get some sort of certification, some sort of trade, something like that, and get out here and compete, or military is a extremely viable option. But I hope that helped, man.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
All right,
Thank
man.
you for your time.
Have a good day,
All right.
man. Talk to you later. See, I have a lot of respect for the military. My family's Navy. My mother's side's Navy and my father's side is Army. I was always destined to go to college, but there is something about being raised in a single mother household. We miss focus, discipline, structure, and consistency. Those things get missing when mommy raises a boy. And Uncle Sam is the best approximation to getting that injected into a life after you're 18 years old. College is a feminine environment. And the work world, especially white collar, is very left leaning. This is why we have so many young men, 23 to 30, and they look at the women along the same age, and the women seem like they're light years ahead of them as far as emotional maturity. Yeah, Daniel. STEM degrees are the only useful degrees. Trade school is also great. That's why I mentioned trade school. I wish more brothers would go the blue collar route. You see guys like me in a suit and you think, oh, that's cool, but understand something. This is a longer, harder path. And remember what he said, I want to get in these powerful rooms with these people. And no, you shouldn't be in these rooms until you have something to contribute. Thank you, J3. You got to have something to contribute. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so my question is the weight component as far as being high value?
The weight?
Yeah.
A
For
woman's
example,
weight?
if you,
A woman's weight?
yeah. Yeah, like for example, if you have other qualities.
Well, let me ask you this. How old are you?
I'm 24.
24. All right. How important is the money component for a man?
It's important.
How important?
Like very important.
If you had to rank it how high up would it be?
Number one.
That's where the weight is.
Okay. I just noticed that when you talk about the weight, you don't have like a range for the weight, but like
Yeah, I
a
do.
healthy weight
Yeah, I do.
is a
Yeah,
range.
I do have a range. It's something and below, because I'm talking about the kind of men women say they want. Don't deal with overweight women.
Okay. But specifically I was referring to the caller that called before, who was 5'7" and 150
You
something
need to be you
pounds.
need to be under 145 pounds as a woman, regardless as to your height. 140, 145 pounds. Is that you, or do you weigh more than that?
No, that's me. But
Huh?
I'm short. I'm in that range, but I'm short.
Okay. So why are you, if you're in your range, why are you concerned about other women's range? I'm curious.
Oh, because you always say that, well, I'm 5'4", and you
Uh-huh.
always say that, like, at my height, you should
Und-
be 120,
yep.
but I'm over this amount. I'm 140,
Okay.
but I think I still look good.
You can think. Okay. What did your husband say?
I'm not married.
All right. See, one thing you ladies gonna have to get your mind around is you want men to earn, but you want it to be flexible on your beauty and your weight. It's not. And I get dinged for saying it. Oh, and I hear people pulling out, well, this Serena Williams. Look, man, uh, the smaller the woman, the bigger the ring. And
I don't think,
okay, you
sorry,
don't.
not to cut you
But,
off.
but okay, but see, I get it. You don't have to like it, and you don't have to. Whatever you think, ma'am. I put it to you this way: the guys I know, my clients, the men at this level, this is what they're saying too. This is what they marry. And why is it that you want to go back and forth about a pound or two here? Why don't you just get in the gym and lose the weight and give men what they say they want? If you
It's
want a
not
man
that
at that
easy.
level, huh?
It's not that simple.
I don't. Well, guess what? Do you want to? Do you? Would you like to marry a man that's earning $300,000 or more, so you don't have to work and have kids and work from home?
Yeah, I think everybody will like that.
Well, guess what, ma'am? How easy do you think that is? I guarantee. Let me tell you something else, young lady. Men at that level would gladly switch places with you and simply lose weight and be fit and attractive and easy to get along with versus having to get out there and fight with the sharks. This is entitlement. It's not easy. So
Hmm.
that's why the women that do
Okay.
it can get it. I mean, do you understand? I'm trying to be reasonable, but do you understand what you're saying? It's not easy. So push
Okay.
away from the table, exercise, or marry a man that you know. Well, those see, these are your options. And what do you ladies think about what I just said? Because I want to have you ladies talk about this stuff too, and ask the questions that you guys want to ask. And I'll be willing to ask. Jordan, you can unmute, and Emma, you can unmute.
Okay.
What do you think about what she was saying?
About
Go ahead.
Yeah, because I have heard women say, it it the weight requirement is restrictive, and pretty much it's not fair. It's not easy. Go ahead.
I think, well, and I'm 20, so it might be, my advice might be taken seriously, but I think you should want to do it for yourself, because so many diseases just come from like being overweight alone. Um, so I personally think it's just about like taking care of your own body. That's just me. I like to eat healthy. I like to exercise because it makes me feel good, but it doesn't hurt that it also, helps men too. So that's my opinion on it.
Godiva?
I definitely agree with what she was saying. I think that was Jordan. I definitely agree with what she's saying. Honestly, treating yourself well and just going the extra step. Like once you start getting into a whole routine of working out and everything like that, it just changes your outlook on so many other things. And I feel like anytime when I'm eating like really bad food, that's when I'm like not my full potential. So I can't.
Okay, okay, but I have. I think you said you're like 157, and another young lady said she was like 140. And the thing is, um, even if you look back in the 70s, you're all too young, but go back and look at an actress called Pam Grier. She was a dress size 8, and she was hella voluptuous. People talk about Thelma on Good Times. She was a dress size 6 or 4 or 6. You ladies gonna have to get the fact that if okay, just like I said, money or income is tops for you because you want a man who's earning enough money to where you have the ability to work or not work and all these other kind of things. Well, if you're not, you aren't going to budge off that, or that's important to you. What I'm really hearing from you ladies is you don't really feel like you should have to give a man what they want. It comes across as entitlement in the sense that women tell men what they think they deserve by their attitude and their appearance.
I can stand to lose some weight. I've been trying to work out, so I can't really say that this is just my own personal journey that I wanted to lose a little bit more, so I can't
You
really.
wanted to weigh more?
No, I wanted to lose a little bit more weight, but I am a little bit curvier, so I just thought that it wasn't that bad, but yeah.
It's here's the thing. You gotta look at what men pick. See, go look at men who are successful or with money, and look at their wives. And you can't look at wives they get when they were in their early 20s and they go through. Look at a second wife. How often do you see second wives who are overweight? Second wives are usually young, hot, right? Yes?
No, you're absolutely right. I know men are very visual, so
Well, yeah, and that's our prerogative. See, the thing is, there was a time when you ladies used to accept it and say, "Well, shit, if I want that kind of man, I got to do it." Now it's almost like, well, I think I'm fine. All right, but you're not, but you're not getting, but it's not getting you the outcome, meaning a relationship or a husband. It's not getting you what you want.
yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and unmute. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
So not to discredit anything that you're saying, but what do you think about the studies that have been done that has shown that men actually prefer curvier women as
Well,
opposed to
you can't discredit what I'm saying because my clients are the ones who get to pick. You can find a study that will substantiate your point of view all day long. But the reality is, if you look at men who are successful, wealthy, well off, look at what they pick. And see, my problem with what you're saying is you're still going to what, but it shouldn't be that way. Honestly, let me ask you, do you think it's fair that you have to have a weight standard and a beauty standard?
no, I don't think it's fair.
Well, then guess what? Buy a dog. Because that is an incredibly entitled position. You think someone should have to get out and go conquer the world, sit you down so you never have to work, and all you got to do is be a certain, maintain to be a beautiful wife for him? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't have. Here's the beautiful thing: you don't have to. You don't have to do anything. But what do you think the likelihood you're going to get a man, the kind of man you say you want?
Probably not very likely.
Okay, and then if that's the case, and we plan out life all the way, and you die alone, or you live unhappy because you had to settle for something you didn't want, you can't blame men. Because you will say at 24 years old, I had a conversation with a guy and he tried to tell me, but I was too stubborn, too entitled to do what was necessary to get what I wanted, and I got what I got.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what me. See, it'd be no different than if I said, "Hey, man, you want to date a dime, you want an Instagram model, you want a baddie, right? Great, but all you want to do is work second shift at Walmart, and you want to live in a Cracker Jack's apartment driving a beat up truck." You would say, "Well, yeah, he doesn't deserve that. He wouldn't deserve a baddie, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Or would
that's
he?"
correct.
Well. So what you're showing is that women who share your opinion are of no value to successful, high value men.
Mm-hmm.
And all ladies need to ask, what do men want? Joanne, go ahead.
Um,
Joanne, go ahead.
yeah. So I agree with both of you guys. I think for the weight, it depends on your body fat percentage and your composition. So like sometimes like if you're like more busty,
Well, it does, but that's why the dress size is always there. I mean, there's nothing that says 120 pounds. It's a dress size, roughly a dress size 2 or 4, growing up to a 6. Being larger than a 6, if you're extremely busty, then stuff off the rack isn't made for you. But the ultimate point is less. Don't go up. Don't go up. Go down. Because you don't want a man to go down in income. You want him to go up.
yeah, I agree. I just feel like it's how you look overall. So
Hmm.
if you look like, slim and nice, then,
So why is it that you ladies? Because I think you're being honest, and women do feel like it's unfair that they have to maintain a weight and a beauty standard. So let me go ahead and give you a little professional tell. Gentlemen, look at the things that women insult, and those are the things they tend to want. Look at the things people insult out of nowhere, and that's the things they tend to want. The reason a lot of, and that's fine. Why is that important? It'll remind you that if people could actually do something, they would just do a better job. Yeah, I don't understand. And I did say in the comment section, to the guy in the comment in the call log, "Hey, dude. So here are the rules to get on the show. I'm going to answer questions today. You must be camera ready. No, not necessarily on YouTube, but in order to be on the screen on the show today, you got to be camera ready to be heard. No exceptions. This is clearly written. Please keep your light source in front of you, not behind you. No Bluetooth headset, hands-free, or speakerphone. Must be dressed appropriately and camera ready." What is dressed appropriately? That means no ball caps. No ball caps. I don't even know. I really don't want men in t-shirts. If you can't go throw on a button up to speak to a man in a suit, what's the point? Did you hear me? See, what we're going to do is, this show is to talk about a new era we're moving into. The next era we move into, guys, you're going to see more. I'm being more selective with the kind of men that I have on the show. I'm making no bones about it. I'm finding out that my guys in my day-to-day life, they're not YouTubers. They're not YouTubers. And there are some valid critiques that I've seen people say that you're a high value guy, especially when I meet you in the world. You say you are what you say, but the guys here aren't high value, and that's not an insult as I define it. So I am being more selective with the guys I have on. I think a lot more guys would be Hit Squad. What does Hit Squad stand for? Henry in Training. And Henry stands for High Earner, Not Rich Yet. High earners are guys that are making like 85, 90. You know, they're at least Aaron's. Greg is 60 to 70. Aaron is 75 to 85. And to be a hit squad, you got to be past Aaron. 85 plus or 86 plus. 86 to 100. That's a high earner. Not rich yet. You know, you can be in that area. You cross six figures. You like my buddy Sean. He's a former client of mine. He is an attorney in Detroit. Coming out making, good money. He is definitely in hit squad. High earner, not rich yet. Guys, like it or not, over here, you have to have your money together. And understand something. If you don't like it, go deal with the creator of the universe who made men the way they are and women the way they are. The world does not care what men without resources really thinks about subjects in general. And you got to know that's the way the world works. So if there are women who are going to be coming over to the platform, it does you no good for wanting a better outcome for women's mindset if they don't see men at least showing themselves to be at a level that makes them say, well, that I need to have to be feminine for that. I don't make the rules, guys. But you can sit back and talk shit to a woman in a t-shirt and a ball cap, and they're like, dude, you can't afford to, if you can't pay my bills. I go on Facebook a lot, and I see what some of these women's groups are saying, and I'm like, I gotta admit, I don't do the 50-50 thing. I've never been a 50-50 dude. I don't know what it's like to have a woman buy me stuff. I mean, I've had women buy me things, but that's not how I roll. And if you want better, especially, let's just get to the core. You want better black women? Black women want to hear from you if you can pay her bills. If you can't pay her bills, she don't want to hear from you. So more people say this. So go ahead and get up out of here. Bye-bye. Let me go ahead and speak to this, though. More haters. And I said haters are welcome because I want you to understand the difference. See, to people who cannot compete, it sounds like vanity. There are people who really are upset that when you speak about something, it doesn't matter if you show where you came from. See, what I did, I showed the beginnings, the L's, the failures. That still wasn't good enough. You're not supposed to say anything in some of these people's mind, and that's fine, but you're not winning at anything. And I like it when they show their heads go, I can go ahead and block them. This is not a space everyone's going to like. If you're not trying to be in the top 10% of men or the top 20% of women, you're welcome to watch, but you're not the target market. Prince Diamond, Maine, you crazy. So let me go ahead and put this on. I'm gonna start calling out some guys, man. I'm gonna do this for teaching reasons. Guy, your name is Prince Diamond, but you typed Maine, you crazy. Why would you say that? Why don't you just speak English? Why don't you speak English? Let me also speak to this too. Tricking. Let me go ahead and crush this too. Tell me what the non-black equivalent of tricking is. So you got a lot of black men who feel like if you spend any money on women, it's tricking. But that's because you broke. Men with money have always spent money. So what do Asian men, Hispanic men, Middle Eastern men, and white men call tricking? There is no conversion. You're broke. Nikiba, thank you for the donation yesterday. You're broke. And I'm good with you being broke, but see, only in Black America can dudes below you actually insult you. See, poor white trash would never insult their betters. I'm going there. I am going there because one of the big things of the Black community, we got this: everybody's equal. You a man just like I'm a man. I could be a multi-millionaire. Robert Smith's a multi-millionaire, but he put his pants on one leg at a time. No, he's better than you. He's better than you are. If he were a white man and you were a white man, there's no way you talk about him that same way. He's better than you are. Oh man, you may have money. I don't need to do all that because I got game and mouthpiece. No, you're broke. You're broke. You're not high value, and that's okay. You gotta buy it with something. But here's the thing. Show me how that works on non-Black women. Not white women who like Black men. Not Asian women who like Black men. Not Middle Eastern women who like Black men. Not Hispanic women who like Black men. No. Go up to Emily at Barnard. Go up to Mylene at Columbia and get it up off the lip. And she is culturally Shanghainese. You motherfuckers ain't ready for me today. Hello?
Yes, hello?
Steph?
Yes, sir. Hello, how are you?
Yeah. Steph, I didn't know if it was Steph or Stephanie. What you got?
Stephanie, I just made the really quickly to...
Okay. Well, all right. So go ahead. What do you got for us?
Well, it's a few things I would like to weigh in on. Let me start off by saying that I'm a Black girl. I'm 22 years old. I'm obtaining my associate's degree here in January. And, I have the whole shebang, I would think. I think I'm a pretty well put together. I'd say I'm a solid A. Bring a lot to the table in terms of communication skills, networking, things of that nature. And I would like to start off with the whole weight situation. Like, I've never really had any complaints from high caliber men about I'm now 180, going into 190 pounds. And I do think that it's based on the composition of your body. I wear a size small in shirts. And usually I shop at places like Fashion Over or Forever 21 because I have very big thighs and very big butt.
All right, let me hold on. Let me stop you right there.
Mm-hmm.
Would you recommend to young Black women that they should be your weight?
Well, it depends. I have a lot of Black women around me.
No. I mean, it was a very direct question, ma'am.
Yes.
You saw a young Black woman who's 12, 13 years old. Would you say, young sis, you should try to become my weight?
Black girls?
Yes.
Actually, I have a lot, like I was saying, I have a lot of Black girls around me that look like me. So yes.
I asked you about young. Okay. How tall are you?
I am 5'8"-ish.
Okay. So 5'8", almost 190 pounds. So
Yes,
you weigh
yes.
more than a man.
Yes, some men. Yes.
Okay. And where in the animal kingdom do the females typically outweigh the men?
I don't know. I don't follow those types of things.
Well, it's not. Basically, what I'm saying is it's unhealthy. And just because you're saying in your anecdotal experience, you haven't had any issue with high earning men having an issue with it, I'm saying that it's not healthy. And the things you're talking about, I'm completely against. I think it's a detriment to Black women. I think it's a detriment to pass it on to younger Black women. And when I hear you say you would tell a young Black woman that they should be all right with being that size, I cannot support that.
Yes, but I would like to also say, like, I work out, like, every day, actually, and I'm pescatarian as well.
Okay, ma'am, but so are you saying that almost 190 pounds at 5'8" is what a female, you think that occurs naturally?
Sometimes, I would say
No, ma'am, not sometimes. In the main, you saying that women who or your height should be your weight?
Some of them, yes.
I didn't say some, ma'am. Okay, I'm going to try this one more time. I'm going to ask you to have, see, the rest of the women on the panel have tried to at least be honest. And I'm trying to see if you're going to be honest or if you're just going to stick to your position, which you can. But are you saying that women should be 5'8" and 190 pounds and be just fine with that?
I'm sorry, I'm not. I really do think that it's okay, as so long as you're healthy. I
Okay.
really do.
Now, when you say healthy, now, when was the last time how old are you?
I'm 22.
22 years old. What is the health prognosis for a woman of your height and weight in the next 20 years?
The next 20 years, I'm not sure.
You might want to check that out while you're sitting down double downing on this.
Yeah, I do honestly believe that there are some women. I see a lot of women in the comment section, and I really do believe that some of us are.
Ma'am, you could believe what you like, but human beings, human females are females and human males are males. The medical science is in and on this. You can believe what you like, but you are an unhealthy weight. And this is one of the things that plagues the black community, that black women like yourself refuse to accept that you are unhealthy weight, regardless as to where the fat landed and whether you're happy with it. It's unhealthy. And ladies, what I need you to understand is this is what far too many sisters are doing, saying, I am going to be this unhealthy weight and I'm not going to do anything. You have to accept it or nothing. And brothers are saying, I'd rather have nothing. Now, that may not be your experience, ma'am, but I talk to many women who are unhealthy weights and single. And my issue with what you said is you would tell young women that this is something to be all right with.
Yes, sir. I mean, I hang around plenty of women that are.
Well, I can't support that one. So I'm going to go ahead and go on to the next person because I do have to get to some other people. Columbiana, go ahead and unmute yourself. Go ahead. What's going on?
Am I on?
Yeah, you are.
Oh yes. So to chime in, I'm 5'8". I'm 5'8" and I model. And I'm 130. So for 190, I definitely have to agree that's not healthy.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I didn't need to get pejorative or anything like that. This is a conversation that needs to be had among black women. You guys, in my opinion, you're going to have to reestablish what looks good and what is healthy, because while the average weight of everyone in this country has increased, the impact has been harder on the black community. It troubles me that 1 in 4 black women will ever marry in their lifetime. So if it's already that low, anything we can do to increase the odds should be something we should look at. And I think if you're around where what I tend to see, especially at the middle class or below, you tend to see men who are smaller than their mate, their girlfriend. Thin guys, big women. This is all out of whack. But anyway, I don't want to dwell too much on the weight portion. I mean, I appreciate the caller coming in. There was a combative nature and a displeasing spirit. You're going to sit here and argue and say, well, yes, I would tell 13-year-old black women, go ahead and be 180 or 90 pounds, as long as it looks good. You're not walking around with pictures of your arteries on the outside. And the fact that you can't even get someone to say, it works for me, but I recognize that this is not something that should be done. I give those people no air. I let them hang themselves. So thank you for calling in. You will make lots of good content going forward. And I also want to say this. I understand a lot of women have been lied to, saying thick this, that, and it's put you in a position to where I thought brothers like this. I thought brothers like that. Now today you're saying you don't like this. I get it. Do what's going to be the best outcome for yourself. Being fit and feminine is going to lead a better quality of life, regardless if you're married or not. Women in my generation who were thick are miserable now because they're morbidly obese. Hip replacements, knee replacements, type 2 diabetes, all kind of health issues, heart on medications. You don't live a good quality of life this way. So this thick stuff needs to stop. What I will do is, before we get out of here, I want to make sure that, because it's getting a little late and I've had a good show. I kind of like having women on a panel like this. If anybody has anything they want to say before we get out, do me a favor, raise your hand. If not, I will bid you ladies all a good evening. Raise your hand in the panel section if you have anything else you'd like to say before we get up out of here. But ultimately, while I'm waiting for them to do that, guys, I need you guys to understand something. That you get nowhere. We get nowhere individually. We have to figure out some way to for women to understand what the men who are out here, who are eligible men. And what I've tried to do with this high value thing is to let women understand how high you're shooting and how many eligible men you're just completely passing over, to the fact that even if you were in proximity of the kind and caliber of man you're talking about, would he pick you? And if you're not, you're losing on several fronts. You're losing over here because you can't get this man, and you've completely overlooked this guy. And here's the thing, ladies, these men know you're overlooking him. So when it gets around here, danger zone, then all of a sudden you start getting fined with $70,000 or $80,000. I'm gonna tell you, they feel some kind of way. No man wants to be a man. No man wants to be a guy that you settle for. So if you're in your early 20s, teens, early 20s, you need to adjust your standard to what you can arguably get. Your looks are what you can negotiate with. And if it's a plumber, an electrician, whoever, my Aarons, my above average guys, my Gregs, my good old regular dudes, man, you need to stop trying to get these Henrys and these high earners and all this other kind of stuff and make a life with somebody. Like I said, 72% of mothers in this country have to work. And I have nearly 100% of black women say they don't want to work. That is an untenable situation. Now, you say you don't want to work and you have to have a high earning man. Well, like I said, either you buy a dog or you go become a bartender and get your niche and ass on. But you're not hurting anybody but yourself. Playing for the same team, not hurting anybody. Buying a dog and walking around like that's going to fulfill you ain't hurting anybody. As we get into this fall and cold season, we're going to have flu season and next round of CB14. Come on, people. So I think this is a good show. I think I like the format. As the Godfather keeps pushing things forward, got the call in, got the panel thing going. It can be... we can have conflict in a respectful way. Shout out to all the callers and all the panelists. You don't have to get pejorative. You don't have to be insulting. I respect you as long as you respect me. We'll continue to move this thing forward. But ladies, make no mistake that I'm gonna leave that one for next time. The Latinas, well, I'm not tell you that, like, the bossa nova music and all that stuff brought them out tonight. So let me see what's going on. Appreciate everybody calling in. Niecy Nash. So guys, I got some company about to slide through. It's almost 1:00. Yeah, your Godfather doing what he do. So It's been good. It's been great. You guys like my little thing right here? That's dope, huh? Fun stuff. All right, man. Until the next time, what are we going to say? Peace. We are gone. She says she hates being called thick.
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right. No,
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, man.
cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes. Yeah, lead the way.
Join me on Patreon. Support the movement. Keep the channel grooving. Keep the channel growing. Thank you guys for supporting me on Patreon, making it possible. Go back to our Monday Patreon only streams, and Patreon video is up. So check out Patreon. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notifications. Turn it to all. Uh-oh, that's not supposed to be you. Join me on Instagram over in the frat room for videos you will only see there. Daily live streams and behind the scenes things. Thing is, when they're up, they're up. When they're down, they're down. Email your show ideas to info@bykevinsamuels.com or go to bykevinsamuels.com and book your one-on-one personal advice, business coaching, virtual consult, whatever you need. Or if you don't know, just book your one billable hour and we'll figure it out. Thing is, respect my inbox. If you don't take clips from the show, music from the show, the remixes, that kind of stuff, good stuff. I'm a PhD.
I'm a PhD.
I'm a PhD.
I'm a PhD.
I'm a PhD. Woo, woo. I'm a PhD. Woo, woo. Next week, we'll be back to the thing about increasing your value. Remember, failure, action, change, time. Increase your value. Learn your value, know your value, increase your value. You get the opportunity, the chance to change, to decide what you bring to the market. Increasing your value does a couple of things. It increases your opportunities and increases your options. There's no bad side to increasing your value. You can do it. Your life, your chance, your choice. Till the next time, the Godfather is gone.